All right, guys, let's talk about this Silent Hill thing. So I sent it in the chat. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not, but I had sent a message I got. And I don't know if I want to say the guy's name, but I'm pretty sure it's not very hard to figure out from people, but I blurted out
I
anyway.
already have, so.
Of course you have, you fucker. Of course you have.
You always
You have
do.
no concept of privacy. You live in the only
Yeah.
country of all of us
I
on this
didn't even
panel
make a
where you can
video
get
on it. Did
fucking
you make a video
arrested
on
for
it?
speech.
No, I'll make a video from the show when Moxie was
Jesus
on.
Christ.
Oh my god.
So the one of the developers for Silent Hill 2 Remake actually reached out to me personally. Now, I didn't see it at first because with Instagram, first it was on Instagram, and second off, with Instagram, if it's someone who you don't follow, I guess it goes in your private messages or whatever.
Something,
Yeah,
right.
something like that. So I don't pay attention to that. I barely use my Instagram. And he messaged me, and I caught it like, I don't know, like a week later or something. And when I opened it, I was like, who the fuck is this? And then I realized, oh, this is actually the guy from the video that I reacted to.
Are you sure
Anyways,
it's a guy?
yeah, it's a guy. It's just a beta
Okay,
guy.
with modern gaming, we never really know, so.
I'm gonna bring this up. Like I said, I blurred out his name, obviously for reasons. But I'm sure people can figure it out. Anyway, so this right here, what you have on screen, is his main issue. Okay, the issue is this particular video in question. Now, from my understanding, and you'll see in the chats that I'm about to show, he didn't really have any complaints about the video. It's more so the thumbnail. So fuck you, Nerd Wars. You got me in trouble.
It's fun to do bad things.
But the thumbnail is Silent Hill 2 Remake DEI devs, right? And again, this is all Nerd Wars' work. And to be honest, if I would have did it, would have been much worse. And he put two of the developers that we saw in the trailer, one of which looks like the self-insert, sort of, just fatter over here, and the other one who didn't, but just, I guess, was used in the thumbnail. And Nerd Wars put a chat box that said, "We made them ugly like us." Okay, so that is essentially what he's complaining about. So if we scroll down,
They're ugly on the inside. Come on, it's on the inside.
If we scroll down, we got this long paragraph. Okay, multiple paragraphs, and it says, "Hey, dude, it's etc. etc. Someone linked me one of your materials, and just to make one thing clear, it's completely okay by me if you don't like the trailer, our approach to the remake, or anything connected to it. You can criticize it all you want. Everyone has a right to do so." Great. That's a great start. And that's the only reason why I read the rest of it, because I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is not what I think it is.
The usual.
Then he says it's something completely different to upload videos with thumbnails directly insulting the people involved, like you did in that material, and then links my video. The game has nothing to do with anyone on the team being ugly or pretty, and I don't see the need to bring that up. I have no idea what kind of person you are. Maybe you just don't care, and you've done more of it in the past. Still, as a main producer of the game, I wouldn't feel okay with myself if I haven't reacted seeing, and then I got to bring up the other picture. Haven't reacted seeing someone insulting my colleagues this way. Do with that whatever you wish. So then I responded back, and I just simply said, do you want to talk about it on my show? I said, perhaps we can talk to the audience about your design philosophy and the reasoning behind your decision so people can hear it directly from you. They would appreciate that, I imagine. Or was this simply just to tell me how bad of a person I am for using bad words on the internet? Let me know if you're interested. It would be for an hour or so, and it would be civil. Again, this is the only response I ever gave to the guy, because I'm not about to get into a fight with this guy in the DMs. Like, I really don't care that much. And then he said, this is probably not, and I kind of saw this coming, mind you, because they're not allowed to talk to us. Just so you guys are aware, they're only allowed to talk to people that are pre-screened. This is why Alyssa Mercante cannot go to other shows that have differing ideologies, even if she wanted to. I don't think she does, but she can't because Kotaku has to allow it, right? So it's all the same kind of a thing.
Kotaku doesn't have to allow her making a list of all our names and videos and shit like that and publicly putting it on the internet. Just saying.
Well, they actually backed it, though. So Carolyn Petit, technically, that's her boss. So
that's true.
Yeah. This is probably not up to me, but I will pass the suggestion to the marketing, since they are this deciding party when it comes to interviews, media involvements. And then he says, "No, that's exactly the point. Let's focus on the game, because here we can agree." And let me go to the last picture right here. Like I say, it's just a bunch of nonsense, but again, this is what I'm expecting. Now that's exactly the point. Let's focus on the game because here we can agree and disagree all we want. And I believe that's the reason for creating any work of art in general. But the fact that we disagree on a vision for the game doesn't mean we need to call each other ugly, bad, or stupid. One has nothing to do with the other. So that's it. That's all I have in terms of screenshots because that's all we said. I didn't respond after that because honestly, I see where we're at, right? I see the mindset of, okay, you're angry at someone for using mean words on the internet, bro. It's like you are a grown-ass man. This cannot be the first time you've heard someone get called ugly or stupid in your life. I don't understand why you're feeling the need to come and defend. This is not even about you. This is about
who do you think he's voting for? If he finds words on the internet this upsetting, who do you think he's voting for?
Well, that's obvious.
Walking corpse?
I actually disagree.
What? With what?
Oh, okay. Go
I
for
actually disagree with the whole interaction. I would have handled that a little bit differently. I don't have a problem with him finding an issue with the thumbnail itself. I do take issue with the fact that they're not allowed to come on and have a conversation about it. And I don't think you were wrong for making, or I don't think Nerd Wars was wrong for making the thumbnail. But I have no problem with the way he approached you about it. I'm actually
the thing is I don't either. This is why I invited him to the show. What I'm saying is that from it's the ideology, right? It's the so you're saying I can criticize the creative development, which is essentially criticizing the team. I can criticize all this stuff, but I just can't say mean words on the internet. I just don't like when people try to police things. That's how I feel like it's like a police.
No. Because I'm going to give it to you from a different perspective.
Yeah, sure.
If I'm a leader at any job, okay, whether I'm paying you or not, you guys are my. So if, say for instance, I start a video game company, I start a gaming studio, and you guys are my employees. I lead you guys, therefore you guys are my responsibility. Even though whatever you do in your personal lives has nothing to do with me, I take responsibility for you guys, whether it is I have to protect you or I have to fire you. So it's one thing if we because I acknowledge that some of the thumbnails we make are wild as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So if you make a thumbnail where you're criticizing my game, that's one thing. But if you make a thumbnail where you're calling my employees ugly, I don't have a problem with you coming to me, checking me about it. That's the same reason I would go and check Mighty Queef or Sugar Bear Adams or Alyssa McConaughey. Like, listen, you called us predators, you called us weirdos, you call us misogynists or racists or whatever. I'm going to come and check you about it.
But
you
Trace, if he comes out to you and tells you, hey, don't call my employees ugly, he acknowledges that they are ugly. So he's weakening actually his position. You know what I mean?
That has nothing to do with the point.
Of course, like he admits the offense by reaching out to you. It's that's the game of entertainment.
To do with the point. Whether or not my employees are ugly has nothing to do with it. If we're criticizing the game, right? And I'm only just being devil's advocate from here because if I was in his position, I would have done the same thing. Except I probably would have tried to approach you in person.
No, I mean, remember that our argument about these ugly employees was that they themselves were projecting ugly characters into the game, and that's why they are ugly. Also hiring ugly.
I understand that. I understand that. I'm not arguing that point. I'm not saying that. That's why I led with saying that Hypnotic isn't wrong for making the thumbnail he did. I'm approaching it because
Nerd Wars made.
I'm sorry. Okay, that Nerd Wars did. I'm approaching it from the perspective of somebody in another position. It's one thing if you criticize my game, but if you call my employees ugly, then I have to come and approach you about it, or else I'm not a leader in any sort of way whatsoever. I have to address it.
That's an interesting thought, Atreus. But to counteract that, would it not be good for a leader to say, "Hey, the internet's full of wild shit. People are going to say and do wild shit. Why would you let it get you?"
Agree.
Again, if you have a football player and you are the I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no.
No, because
you're fine. Having had some background in HR, if a supervisor were to go to a content creator and contact them directly to either hash out beef, squash the beef, or incite a bigger problem, that would be a problem for the business. So I appreciate what Atreus is saying as far as I'm a leader, that I'm responsible for these people.
Sure.
You
it's
noble.
Make that.
Sure.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But business side, no.